What is up, guys? So, like the title says, I bought a skid steer. I've been looking for quite a while. Finally found the one. Not in bad shape. So a little backstory, I was looking for a few months, and recently I had a job come up where I couldn't find a skid steer anywhere. I couldn't find a auger anywhere, and I was hurting for one. I mean, I kind of didn't know what I was going to do because I was on a job site. So that was kind of when I made the decision. Sorry about the wind. I'm trying to back away over here so you guys don't see it yet. That was when I made the decision that I'm going to start looking, because even though I only rent them, you know, every couple months, I have so much work here around the property that I could use it on. And I've always said I need one out here, but I can't fathom the idea of renting one just to do a little bit of work out here. So you know, this deal that popped up was pretty sweet. Couldn't pass it up. So yeah, let's review. It's a little rough on the outside, but this thing runs like a champ. This is a 2016 Takeuchi TL8. Sorry if I said that wrong. I don't really care. It runs great. Sprockets are in pretty great shape. Tracks they're done, no doubt. The paint is rough. It runs awesome. And let me talk about some of the deals that I got with this thing. So I bought the skid steer. They gave me these forks, and these are almost brand new. I mean, the paint is still on here completely. All the markings and stuff, you know, all that's new. You can still see some of the paint on here. So I mean, these are very lightly used. They gave those to me. Not only that, they gave me this big bucket. I don't know how many yards this is, I don't remember, but this is a huge bucket, and it's an actual Takeuchi bucket. So for all you Takeuchi fans, you'll know what size bucket this is. And the only problem with it is it's got this little hole over here in the side. I can fix that. I weld that up, put some plate in there. I don't know how they did that, but they did. On top of that bucket, they gave me new tracks. And mind you, these are things that I didn't pay for. Now granted, you know, I bought the machine, so in a sense I did pay for them, but they threw these in there with that price. And at the price that I paid, you're not finding a deal like this. So yeah, I got extremely lucky. It's the end of the year. They really are trying to get rid of some of their equipment. So they gave me these tracks, and I opted to put them on myself, even though it's going to be extremely difficult. I thought it'd be great video content. So yeah, that'll be the next video for this thing, more than likely. And then I bought this auger at an auction. I paid 1,600 bucks for it, and it's a Kubota auger, and with a 9-inch rock bit. And this thing is awesome. This thing is almost brand new, it seems. I mean, it doesn't have hardly any wear. That's the model number, if anybody's wondering. I think you can read that, I'm not sure. But it says Kubota 1003 189K. So 1003189K. All the paint's still on here beautifully. Let's see. Even the Kubota stickers on there, and it's barely scratched up. So, and this rock bit is in amazing shape. It really is. Which I should have recorded, but you know, I was just impatient. I went ahead and drilled a hole. So let's look at that. So this is the hole I drilled, and it went through it like butter. I mean, it was easy digging. I mean, you can see, well, that's soil, but I mean, it's got these rocks in it, these big old caliche rocks, and down here is just solid caliche. Actually, the back of the property back here isn't all that bad. Up there, really bad, but that's besides the point. Went through that super easy. Very happy with that. So I got a lot of projects coming up. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's get it started up. do a little walk around. Way bigger than I thought it was. This is the first Takeuchi that I've actually dealt with. And I got there and I thought, holy cow, this thing's huge. But yeah, so got the key here. It's a little tight. It's all right. Turn the key, give it a second, start it up. Air conditioner, window. They put a new front window on it for me. The AC works amazing. I mean, it really does. That thing gets pretty cold. This is the release for the window, for the front door. You got to drop the lap bar down in order to use any of these controls. Now, one thing I do have to do is I've got to replace the bushings right here on both of these. They are shot. Unfortunately, I did not check for that yesterday. I didn't even think about it. That's all right though, because it's all good video content. So I got to replace those. I'll do that in a month or so. I got some jobs I got to use this on, I believe. Other than that, this thing's great, and it operates great, sounds great. Let's do a little walk around. And they pretty much filled it up for me, almost. I mean, they left a good bit of diesel in there for me, and that's great, because after that trip yesterday, I was hurting. Tired of spending money on fuel. Fuel prices are outrageous. So my plan is, in the next couple months, if I get time, I want to sand this whole thing down, and I want to completely repaint this thing. I mean, I want to do a full paint job. I got a job Monday. I think we're going to go out and start busting out some concrete. A job got poured and it didn't come out how the customer wanted. So they asked us if we could go out there and bust it out, and then it's going to get re-poured. And I don't know if I'm going to record that or not. But yeah, I'll be out there with the bucket with a jackhammer attachment. My brother-in-law's got one. We're gonna rent it from him. Go out there, bust it up, take this, start picking it up, call a couple 18-wheelers out there, dump trucks, load up the dump trucks, let them get out of there. So that's a little bit of overview on this thing. Yeah, it's a little rough. It runs great, operates amazing. I can't believe how sensitive the controls are. Everybody told me that the controls were extremely sensitive, and if you're looking to get one of these, they are not kidding. You barely touch that joystick, you're moving. So yeah, I mean, yesterday was the first time I drove one. I got in this thing and I was dumbfounded by how sensitive they actually are. But yeah, that's besides the point. I just wanted to show you guys this. You know, I look forward to producing more content with this thing in it. I know you guys want to see that. You know, it's fun for some of you guys, and some of you guys that are on the fence. And I want to tell you, you know, don't look for the first machine, or don't buy the first machine. Don't, you know, look for 2 or 3 days. I looked for months. And by months, I mean, I looked for the better part of, actually probably the last half of a year. I've been looking, you know, and the market has been skyrocketing. It really has. Like, that machine, I probably could have bought that 2 years ago for less than I bought it now. But, you know, it's a seller's market on these things, and the equipment's getting harder and harder to find. You know, with COVID hitting and supply chains dropping, you know, everybody wants the older equipment. Luckily, all this has is the DEF. It doesn't have DEF. It has the DPF, and I'm probably gonna end up doing a delete on it. I've already talked to a guy. He wants $2 grand to do a delete on it. Send him the PCM or the ECM, whatever. He flashes it. I take off all the DPF stuff, build my own exhaust for it, and it's good. But until I have issues with it, I'm not going to do that. But once I do start having you know, the regen issues, that's when I'm going to probably end up doing that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys watching. You know, I always do. Let's get to work on this thing. Let's do a little bit of work and create some more content. Thanks for watching.